The story of Attack on Titan begins with a young girl named Ymir. One day, Ymir would watch helplessly as her village was raided and pillaged by the tribe known as Eldia. Head of this tribe was King Fritz, a man whose ambition was equal only to his cruelty. Without hesitation, King Fritz laid claim to the village and all of its contents, including Ymir, who, once free, became nothing more than a helpless slave. During her servitude, Ymir would stumble upon a pig pen. Looking inside the pen, she realized that, like her, the animal was trapped, destined to live its life and eventually die in service to its masters. Wishing a better life for it than she had herself, she released the pig from captivity. When King Fritz eventually learned that Ymir was responsible for its escape, he made an example of her by releasing her into the woods, where his men were ordered to hunt her down. As Ymir ran from her inevitable death, she would quickly stumble upon an ancient, towering tree. Seeking sanctity, she walked into the tree's massive opening. As she entered, the uneven terrain caused her to fall uncontrollably until she landed in a body of water. Sinking to the depths, she conceded to what she thought were her last moments. That is, until she came into contact with an anomalous entity, elusive in origin and name, that would grant her its incredible power. In doing so, she became the first ever Titan, and the foundation for all that would follow her. Despite her tremendous power, Ymir would remain a slave of King Fritz, vowing to use her abilities in any way he saw fit. Twisted as it may be, this was the result of her undying love for him, one that she likely hoped he might reciprocate if only she fulfilled his every desire. So began the age of the Eldian Empire, which, like King Fritz himself, would be defined by its limitless ambition and unending cruelty. After years of service to Eldia, King Fritz would reward Ymir for her acts by allowing her to bear his children. With time, she gave birth to a total of 3 daughters, named Maria, Rose, and Sina, all the while continuing to assist Eldia expand its influence and conquer its rivals. While everything seemed to be going well, King Fritz, in his push to expand his empire, had neglected to watch his back. While attending a ceremony in celebration of Eldia's victory against the rival civilization of Marley, King Fritz would watch as a man from the crowd launched a spear at his chest. Without hesitation, Ymir jumped in the path of the spear. Having given everything for King Fritz, including her own life at this point, Ymir decided to give herself peace in death. Having only been 13 years since she was given her Titan abilities, this death would curse all that would eventually inherit her abilities to die after only 13 years. Upon Ymir's death, her consciousness ascended to another plane of existence, a realm where, as was her will, the memories and consciousness of all her descendants would converge, in hopes that one day she might find true connection with another person. This domain, known as the Paths, existed beyond the physical world, where space and time were both infinite and instantaneous. Bound to this ethereal plane, Ymir, driven by her desire for connection and unwavering love for King Fritz, remained trapped, forever a slave to the will of any founding Titan, bearing the royal blood of the Fritz lineage. After Ymir died, King Fritz, in a desperate attempt to retain her power, forced their 3 daughters, Maria, Rose, and Sina, to eat the remains of their mother. In doing so, her Titan power was fragmented amongst her children. Years later, Maria, Rose, and Sina, likely at the command of King Fritz, bore children of their own, giving rise to a new branch of humanity, all of which were connected to each other through Ymir in the Paths. Thus, they were dubbed the subjects of Ymir, supreme beings in the eyes of Eldians, devils to all else. Though the specifics are unclear, it's likely that nearly 13 years after usurping their mother's power, Maria, Rose, and Sina were observed growing frail due to the curse of Ymir. Assuming the worst, the ritual of succession was repeated, once more fragmenting Ymir's power into a total of 9 titans.